I'm Beverly, your friendly, infinite happiness and abundance coach. And, you know, someone mentioned today in my group emotions being stirred up about millionaires and billionaires. And frankly, I've been having the same feelings, the same thoughts. So I thought I'd come in here and talk to you about it tonight because our thoughts about the wealthy people, about rich people, can block our own abundance. And those feelings that we might be having about millionaires and billionaires can actually block our own abundance. See, lately we have been seeing a lot of headlines about some ultra wealthy people making some choices that seem very out of touch, selfish, even harmful. Some of them seem harmful to a few, some of them seem harmful to, uh, excuse me, the most marginalized, and some of them seem very self serving. So, whether it's companies cutting jobs while CEOs take massive bonuses, or billionaires investing in vanity projects instead of real world solutions, displays of extreme privilege while so many other people are struggling, calling those less fortunate derogatory nicknames or classifying whole groups with particular nicknames. Those are the kind of things we've been seeing lately. And not just in the US, but around the world, we've been seeing this more and more. And I get it, man. It is frustrating. I mean, I am so guilty right now of having some of these feelings toward some of these millionaires and billionaires. Because it's really easy to look at these people and just think, oof, is this what wealth turns people into? You know, that they become these mean, nasty, evil, and greedy people who want to burn things down and rebuild it in their names, who want to take everything. But here's the problem with that. When you associate wealth with greed and being mean, evil, and nasty, your brain protects you from it. Your brain's job is to protect you. That is your subconscious, your unconscious mind's primary goal is to keep you from being hurt physically, emotionally, doesn't matter. And if you constantly are telling yourself that rich people are selfish, money makes people greedy, wealthy people don't care about the rest of us, all wealthy people care about is getting more money, then your subconscious mind, your most powerful protector, steps in and says, whoa, we don't want to be one of those people, right? No problem. I will make sure that you never get rich. That way you don't have to worry. You'll never become one of those people. Suddenly, you find yourself self sabotaging, avoiding opportunities, feeling weird about charging more for your work, feeling weird about charging anything for your work, pushing money away without even realizing it. But the truth is, wealth does not make you good or bad. Money is neutral. It simply magnifies who you already are. Let me repeat that. Wealth does not make you good or bad. It simply magnifies who you already are. Now, there are absolutely wealthy people who do good with their money, people who are using their wealth to make a difference, who care about others, who give a darn about others, who understand that money is a tool, not an identity. Mackenzie Scott gives away billions to education, women's rights, and underserved communities. Dolly Parton, funding childhood literacy, COVID vaccine research, disaster relief. Keanu Reeves, sharing his wealth with crew members, charities, medical research. Patagonia's founder, Yvon Chouinard, giving away his entire company to fight climate change. Are these people perfect? No, no one is. They're simply examples of wealth being used for good. So, how do we take back our power? One word: forgiveness. Not because their behavior is excusable, but because we don't want to carry that weight around. I caught myself earlier today making a list of some of the things that a particular person has said because I see people that and me including myself, when we say something about that person, whether it involves a curse word or not, we are being slammed for it, even though that particular person curses and calls people derogatory names all the time. And I had to stop because I said, I'm not going to carry this weight around. Forgiveness is the way to change things. So, one, forgive yourself for letting their actions get to you. Forgive yourself for feeling the frustration, for the moments that you thought, I don't want to be rich if that's what it looks like. For the moments that you thought, I just want to blast that person back. I just want to call them the same awful things that they call people. And forgive them for their ignorance, their lack of empathy, their missteps. Feel sorry for them for the fact that they obviously did not receive empathy when they were children. They didn't receive enough love when they were children. They're human, just like we all are. Now, I will grant you, I believe we are all spiritual beings. We are all spiritual beings sent here to do good. But we are squished into a human body. And we came here to have a human experience. So they haven't ascended. Those people are still having such a low level human experience that they are not elevating up the chart. Whereas those of us who are looking at them thinking, oh my heavens, we have started that elevation toward enlightenment. We are rising up that chart. But when we allow ourselves to get so frustrated, so angry over it, and so, oh God, I don't want to be rich because I don't want to be that, then we're allowing their deeds to bring us back down. Don't go down in the gutter with them. So forgive yourself for feeling that frustration, for feeling like getting back down in the gutter with them, for lowering yourself to that. Forgive them for their ignorance, for their lack of empathy. Because it really is a sad situation that they have all that money and that's how they are. But the fact is, they would have been that way, money or not. Trash comes in every level of wealth, from the poorest person all the way to the wealthiest person. Trash is in there at all levels. And the thing is, you get to decide what wealth looks like in your life. You get to be a different kind of rich. Choose it. So your next step right now is to start noticing your beliefs about wealth and how it might, and how it might be keeping you stuck. Ask yourself, do I truly believe money can be a force for good? Do I truly believe money can be a force for good? Ask yourself, what kind of wealthy person do I want to be? What kind of wealthy person do I want to be? And where am I still holding on to resentment that I need to release? Where am I still holding on to resentment that I need to release? I'd love to hear from you. And just a couple of stories. You probably know I was a teacher for many years. And in one school, I worked with some very wealthy families. Parents, were very wealthy. And we also had a couple of teachers who were very wealthy. I know it sounds kind of odd, but married to lawyers, accountants, doctors, and corporate businessmen. So we did have some who were like that. And it was interesting to watch the interaction between these wonderful teachers who did so much for all the students and these few parents who wanted to run things. So I have some very good role models for wealth. I want you to look for yours. Look for your role models for wealth. And also, I want you to drop a comment. What is one way you would use wealth for good? What's one way you would use wealth for good? Drop it in the comments. Or if you're realizing that some of these beliefs have been holding you back, send me a message. Let's clear them together so that you can step into your abundance without fear. Have a lovely night. I'm Beverly, your friend and your infinite happiness and abundance coach, and I wish you well. Bye bye.